crews like Flash. He had the Boss Road crew, Casanova crew. That was they breakdancers. DJ Smokey.
Yeah.
And the Smokatron, his brother DJ Roscoe. There were so many that are unsung that was out here before me, before DJ African Bambaataa was a DJ.
That's
Brother
right.
was breakdancing. You know what I'm saying?
PowWow. DJ Smokey and the Smokatron, he was from Grand Avenue. And a lot of guys, they don't take about him. I'll get back to what we were saying, but DJ Smokey, and his brother Roscoe and the Smokatron, they were the baddest motherfuckers out at the time, man. I mean, Flash couldn't touch them. Cool Herc couldn't touch them. Nobody was touching Smokey, and a lot of cats will not speak on him, which they should, because he is also a pioneer of hip-hop music. Werner Wallenrod, and what happened to him? PowWow. I heard he moved out of state. I heard he moved before hip-hop music turned big. I guess he cut it loose and went about his life, but DJ Smokey and his brother Roscoe, let me tell you, they threw the baddest parties. You wanted to see some guys that could dance? Man, it was a show. There's a movie theater we had over on 174th Street in the Bronx River called the Dover Movie Theater that had a place you could give parties. It's a church now, but he made that spot very popular. He used to throw block parties mostly on Grand Avenue. And this guy here, I want to let the world know about him. He definitely deserves his props, man, because he was there in the beginning. And a lot of guys don't that brother his recognition, which is sad. And I'ma give it to him every time all the time.
And these guys are the guys that created the $1 trillion business that we all endure. You know what I'm saying? From Puffy to Jay Z, from Tupac to Biggie to Russell Simmons, all the people that made millions off of this technique that these guys had created. Even the technique turntable was based on what they were doing, on Kenwoods. So basically, man, I'm just sitting there doing the interviews and hearing these guys talk. I'm a legend myself, but listening to these guys talk, they give me goosebumps. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought they were the DJ Smokey and the Smokey Lucky and the Smokatrons, but they was actually called the Master Plan Bunch. So I was learning things as I was talking to them because I seen things, but I couldn't put all the pieces together until I started talking to them. So yeah, man, there's definitely a conspiracy to keep these guys out of the game. You know what I'm saying? Because a conspiracy is something that's agreed upon by a few people. All right, and no one speaks about these guys because these guys are the quasars, the originals. But I'm gonna speak about them now in the Dead Sea Scrolls of Hip Hop. Y'all check this doc out. This doc is the serious, serious stuff that all hip hop people need to know. This your boy, Almighty KG. Peace. Everything that is better.
Herc, but then again, do they respect us? Okay, check this out. Let me introduce you to the world of breakdancing and hip hop and stuff in the dancing. Okay, our crews were starting to get so big. We had a breakdance team called the Smokatrons and the Luckatrons. The reason for them being so popular back in the 70s, the girls that used to hang in our house, to keep them out of trouble, the performance was, they liked to dance. Sister Boo, Pebbly Pool, Sheila, the Yellow Banana, her name was Vivian. These girls liked to dance and perform. So they would come up with dance steps. We called them the Luckatrons. And they were good. They were good girls. And you know what I'm saying? To keep them out of trouble, they performed and do all these different dances. The electric boogaloo, the robot, the Spider-Man, all these different kind of dances. And the Smokatrons were people guys that would help us carry the equipment because we lived on 5 flights of stairs, and they would watch the equipment and make sure nobody didn't steal things from us. And they were very useful to us as a team. And you know, to keep unity among us, they would dance and perform because we would go to different parks, we would go to different parties, and they loved to dance. And you know, just like I said, my mother was a dancer, my father was an entertainer, and we utilized everybody because of who we were. We were the master plan bunch. Okay, let me explain something to you about the profession of scratching, the profession of the techniques of the turntables. When we was out in the parks, out doing block parties, the temperature of the turntables and how the scratch position came into play, sometimes it was so hot out there, the records warped, the weather blew the records into positions, and it was certain parts of the beats of the records that people wanted to hear. So the groove in the record, being that we had 2 turntables, it wasn't techniques or it was just regular turntables. And to bring the beat back to a certain part where people would enjoy that certain part of the quality of the beat, we had to perfect a way to bring that quality back, which Jerry and Rob the Gold or other DJs like Bozonk and myself, you know what I'm saying? It was a certain way that we had to do it, so we would put weight on it like a dime. A penny was too heavy sometimes, or sometimes we would have to put a nickel on the needle to hold it in position where we could spin it or put it to a certain angle, or even put cardboard or paper up under the turntable to put it into play where we could put the record on the groove to make the needle hold to a position where we could play with the record, so we could bring it back to that certain part of the quality of the record where it would definitely be in for a position where you could make that music stay in a certain part where you could get that groove. And Grandmaster Flash, I respect him. I respect Kool Herc in the same angle too, because of the quality of what we were doing. They were in the play in that position too, and to see what the quality of what we were doing, because they were there. They were young then, you know, to see what we was doing, because they felt we had something. They know that I'm telling the truth about this, and I praise what they did with it. Like Biggie said, I never knew this would go this far, and I'm proud. I'm really proud. One day I was upstairs.
They all used to go to Smokey parties first. They all went to They went to Smokey and the Smokertrons. The Smokertrons was a b-boy crew first. They went there first. But when Herc started putting his stuff on and he started joining the bigger parties, they left Smokey and went to Herc's party. And that's when Mel and them was there, Flash was there. They was b-boys. And when they
what year we're talking? Well, what year we're talking?
When Herc started?
No, when Smokey and the Smokertrons and those guys.
Smokey started between 72 to 76, and he left. He had to run to the military.
Okay, got it. Got it.
And people don't talk about Smokey a lot. Smokey
I never heard of
and the Smokertrons.
Wow.
All right? And they used to battle Herc in the PAL. Smokey could fuck with him because he had the records and he had the sound system.
I never heard of this, yo.
Trying to tell you. It was another DJ.